permission, I can do a quick introduction and then we can start.
Just say that Muda is here to give something to share. That's it. That's good enough. You don't have to say anything else.
Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, please accept my humble obeisance. I'm so grateful to all of you for coming and participating in this Bhagavatam sessions regularly. So today we have our very, very special speaker, His Grace Bhadra Prabhu, who has been living a life of Krishna consciousness from last close to 40 years or more, and especially known for the Rajmandal Parikrama, and with His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj and his wonderful children. You may have heard of His Grace Vishwambar Prabhu, certainly his kirtans and Mayapuris, etc. They're all amazing. Prabhuji is an example of dedication in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, arranging so many Rath Yatras all over the country, not even the country and outside the country, doing Rajmandal Parikrama every year, no matter, it's whatever situation, Prabhuji never misses Kartik in Rajmandal Dham. So we are so blessed, and every day he over there, when he is present, Prabhuji is doing Govardhan Parikrama every day, following in the footsteps of the Goswamis. So we are very, very blessed, honored, grateful that Prabhuji is here and speak on this important topic of Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. So I'm sure all of you are really happy and excited about the class today. But to show our excitement and gratitude, let's chant 3 times loudly to Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please, over to you to guide us, help us, and uplift us. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to serve. You all are very regular. It's glorious that you all are very regular. Started from the first canto, and you are all on the 8th canto. And at the same time, you all are having the readings of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is a dedication, which is very inspiring. I wish I could continue joining, but I have my shortcomings, I guess, for doing that. But I'm very happy that you all are continuing that. And since you all have started from the first canto, whatever I speak is just you already know anyhow. But I thought, let me share whatever I have heard, whatever I have read from that. Okay, so let me just to the pranam mantra. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitamena Bhutalai Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vande Ham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Badakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padanu Sahagana Shri Lalita Shri Vishakhavitam Sya E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanuste Pranamami Hari Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padhara Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamniti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvan Pachayan Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatare Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. This is the important for us and important for everybody, but particularly the devotees. What is Sambandha, what is Abhidheya, and what is the Prayojana? And how can we do that in our life? How can we take that process of the Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojana in our life? And this is what Lord Chaitanya told to Srila Sanatana Goswami. Lord Chaitanya wanted to send on the mission to Sanatana Goswami to Vrindavan, right? All the 6 Goswamis, particularly Sanatana and Rupa and Sanatana, to re-excavate all the places of Braj and also write the books. And all Srimad Bhagavatam, if you check it, if you look at it, then all Srimad Bhagavatam, everything are in 3 categories: Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana. And even in Sikshastakam, Lord Chaitanya's 8 verses, in that 8 verses, the first 5 verses are the Sambandha. Last 3 verses are the Prayojana. And all the 8 verses are Abhidheya. So now when we talk about the Sambandha, Sambandha means the relationship. In Hindi, when you say Sambandha, right? Someone is going to have Sambandha, kisi ka sambandh kisi ke saath hone wala hai. We say in Hindi. Means there is relationship. Right? So that relationship we have in the world, but what about the relationship on the spiritual platform? On the spiritual platform, the relationship means there are 3 things, right? Among the 3, who am I? Who is God? And what is the material nature? And how these 3 are related to each other. That is Sambandha, relationship. And that's what Sanatana goes on. First thing he asks, Kayami, who am I? I don't know. Who am I? To the Lord, to Lord Chaitanya. So Abhidheya, the Sambandha, we know that. Then what is Abhidheya? Abhidheya is to act according to that relationship. Right? And the Prayojana is that you get the results on the relationship. So that is Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojana. And we talk about Hanumanji. Particularly, we had the Hanuman Jayanti just recently. Ram Navami and Hanuman Jayanti. We'll talk about Hanumanji, how his relationship with Lord, how he saw that relationship, how he had that relationship with Lord Ram. And because of that, how he was able to achieve the goal, achieve what Lord Ram had asked him to find Sita Devi, to go to Lanka. And how in the middle he had to come through all the obstacles, all the 3 or 4 demons on the way. Not just that, but after reaching Lanka, he had to go through the obstacles. And he was able to cross over. Why? Because of the Sambandha. Because he knew his relationship with the Lord. Very strong, very pakka relationship he had. Srila Prabhupada gave a very simple example. He gave example of the 2 businessmen. He said, the 2 businessmen are gonna start their business. So first is the relationship. in the business, right? Who is gonna be, who will be your supplier? Who will be the purchaser? Hmm? They wanna know each other, who will do what, and what they're gonna do together, right? That is Sambandha. What will the Abhidheya? Abhidheya means they will put that in the action. And then Prayojana is what they will get. They will get profit, results. Right. So Srila Prabhupada used to give that example. So, but in the modern world, the vision has to be very clear. See, what will be, is the reason is how the vision is clear means they will say, they will want to know that how do you see yourself? How do you see your relations with customers? So that vision has to be in the modern world. When you someone in business, as you know, some of you are business people, and also in working in the or corporation, you know, the vision is very clear of the corporation and the business people. When the vision is very clear, it's easy. So the example was given, I was hearing this class by one of the devotee, and he gave the example of Starbucks. You know, Starbucks is a coffee place where they have all different kinds of coffees they serve. You know, now their vision is very clear, because particularly in India, if someone is not able to do anything, he says, "Oh, just set up this small store of the coffee, right? Some stall somewhere on the store in the corner somewhere, or somewhere on the main road, just have these, you know." And the poor fellow just makes means out of the way, and then he can even not even probably survive, but he tries, right? But here the coffee shop, which is serving the coffee, which is, yeah, they're adding different ingredients, the same coffee practically, but this multi-million-dollar business of the coffee shop, coffee. Why? Because their vision is very clear. They have a goal that the point is that their vision is that we are not in a coffee business to serve people, but we are in the people business to serve coffee. And this is very amazing, the intelligent way they come. That means the customer relationship, serving the customer is the main thing. Even though it's different coffee, but the coffee is the same, different types of coffees, but coffee is a coffee. And they charge a lot of money for that coffee, serving one cup. But this is their vision, you see. So vision is very clear. And when the vision is very clear, Sambandha Dhyan is very clear, important, is clear, then everything else follows. See? Now they, otherwise what happens? The person stays on the Kanishta adhikari platform. Kanishta adhikari is someone is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, is person who has a faith, who worships Krishna, but he doesn't have the good relationship with the devotees. He has a faith, he worships, but no good relationship. And relationship with devotees is very important in chanting the holy name. See? So now what is the essence of the Sambandha Jnana? Essence of the Sambandha Jnana is to my relationship with Krishna. Right? That's what we want. That's why we are in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We want to have our relationship with Krishna. No, nobody else. And we know the relationship with Krishna is perfect, eternal, and loving relationship. And it is always satisfying. Always satisfying. In the material world, relationships are temporary, imperfect, and the source of misery. Isn't it? Unfortunately, we are looking for the relationship for the other living entities and the relations with the objects in the material world. And what we get? We get it is temporary, right? It's temporary. It is imperfect, and ultimately brings the misery. See. So the relationship with Krishna, that's what we want in our spiritual life. He is the object. He is one we want to build up relationship. And the nice example is given of this, that how the imperfect relationship is how it causing the distress, lamentation, anxiety, fear. That is given by the example of the Pingala prostitute from the 11th canto. 11th canto, 8th chapter, text 31. And she is saying here, Santam Samipe Ramanam Vrati Pradam Pitta Pradam Nityam Imam Vihaya Akamadam Dukha Bhayadi Shoka Moha Pradam Tuch Aham Bhajegya. She says that I am so full that the source of who gives the eternal happiness is within my heart. Santam Sami, Sami means near. Is here near where? In my heart. With the Pradam, Rati Pradam, who is the source of happiness. Rati gives pleasure. With the Pradam, who gives everything. But what I'm looking for Nityam Imam Vihaya Akamadama Dukha Bhayad Shoka. And what I get it, I'm trying to look for this happiness other places. What did I get from the people? What did I get? I got the unhappiness, fear, anxiety, lamentation, illusion. Now, of course, the Pingala is a prostitute, right? She's alluring the customers to make money, to live life. See. But also, because it's a human being wants to have a long-term relationship. On the gross level, it's a short-term relationship where there is it's a gross relationship. She is there. She's doing that. Sense gratification to make her live her life. But at the same time, in her customer, she wants a long relationship. Not just that, but on the deeper level, living entity wants to have a love. Everybody is looking for love. So she wants to have that loving relationship because that is the living entity desire to love. And she's looking for that. She couldn't get it. So she is realizing what she did. I'm looking for this love outside from the people. But the person who really is going to live with love is within my heart. That's what I should look for, that love. I should do that, right? So the deeper level, everybody wants to have that love. And she couldn't get it. And the Srimad Bhagavatam also is saying, Srimad Bhagavatam, as you know, the 10th canto is the summum bonum kind of in all the cantos. And Srila Prabhupada first gave the Krishna book, as we know, in the beginning time. So, Krishna book is like in the essence, he gave that. And the Krishna book in the preface, he's writing this. He's writing that the art of focusing one's attention on the Supreme and giving one's love to him is called Krishna Consciousness, he says. And then further he says that if we concentrate our loving propensities upon Krishna only, then immediately universal love, unity, and tranquility will be automatically realized. Look at how powerful it is. Means if we love Krishna, we love everybody, we love everything. Everything is taken care. Universal love, people are looking for universal love, right? In the world. That is there automatically. If you love Krishna. See? So this is what, now what about, so this is what we're looking for. Now what about serving others? Krishna consciousness is not just that we are just, yeah, we serve Krishna, love Krishna, but there is also where we want to serve others. Question might be arise, what about serving others? So that is also Krishna says in 11th canto. He says that he says Devarsi, the famous word, Devarsi Bhutapta Ninam Pitranam Naking Karo Nayam Rinicha Rajan Sarvatmanaya Saram Saranyam Gato Mukundam Pari Rityakartam. Person who has taken the shelter of the Mukunda, who is the giver of liberation, who is giving the love, then you don't have to worship anybody else. You don't have obligation to the Pita, to the parents, to the forefathers, to the devas, to anybody. Because you have taken the Mukunda. If you take the shelter of Mukunda, then everything else is taken care. You don't need. See. So that means Krishna, surrendering to Krishna and serving Krishna is everything, which is serving the persons also. It's there. Right? Now the question might be that what about the things? We are in the material world, we have to utilize the things. So then that is also given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. That we use everything in the relationship with Krishna, everything in the service of Krishna. Everything we have, everything we come in touch with, we come in the service of Krishna. We is used in the service of Krishna. See? So this is the shloka is the labdva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manusyamartham dama anityam apiha dhiraha. Turnam yatetana pated anu mrityu yavana ni nishreya yashaya vishaya khalu sarvata shyat. After many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which although temporary affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the heart, in the most abundant species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for human beings. So we use in everything in the service of the Lord, because everything is Krishna's energy anyhow. Now, what about the devotees? Because we might be say, well, we have to establish a relation with the Krishna. That is the only object, right? Of relation with Krishna. That is the main relationship. But the point is that the devotee is the one who is going to bring us to Krishna. He says that, and the another quote is Durlabha Manasa Deho. Another sloka. Human is very rare. But then in that rareness, in the condition, human body is the most, he said the human body is most difficult to achieve. And it can be lost any moment. But I think that even those who have achieved human body life rarely gain the association of pure devotees who are dear to the Lord of Vaikuntha. Means the pure devotee of the Lord is very rare. So by the association with pure devotees, devotees are going to bring us to Krishna. Through the devotee, we're going to come to Krishna. And we know that. We came in touch with how? Devotees came in touch with Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada introduced us to Krishna, right? Or his disciples who has introduced us to Krishna. There is a famous quote of Radhanath Maharaj. And this is very famous. It's like on the point. He said that the Krishna is our best friend. Krishna is, he says, Krishna is only our friend. But the person who connected with that only friend is our best friend. Isn't it so powerful? He said the person who connects us with Krishna is our real friend, not the best friend, real friend. Krishna is our best friend, only friend, but the person who brings us to that best friend is a real friend. And not just that, he says that if the plant is out of the root, if the plant is out of the soil, and if you try to water the plant, what's going to happen? Is plant is going to nourish? No, plant is going to die because out of the soil. But as soon as the plant is in the soil and we water it, so that soil is the via media, we say. Because through the devotees we are approaching Krishna. So, and this is the way our Vaishnava relationship is. Vaishnava relationship is not on the basis of, yeah, Prabhu, this and that. No, our Vaishnava relationship is also on the basis of the service. Just like Suvilas Prabhu here, he is every day on time for last 2-3 years, going on with the Srimad Bhagavatam. With all of you and all of us, let's say. But what is your relationship with Suvilas Prabhu? Why you have relationship with Suvilas? Why? Because he whatever he's doing it is because he's doing it, you have relationship with him in the devotional service. See, I might have not attraction for the deities, let's say. I don't. But someone who is dressing the deity, so and so person is dressing the deity, Mataji is Vaishnava is dressing the deities, and we see and we admire. Oh, now that gives my attraction. I'm attracted to the deities because so and so dresses. So the person who's dressing, I have that relationship on that service basis. And that is the Vaishnava relationship on the service basis. Otherwise, in the outside world, the relationships are, they won't bring us anywhere. Even among the devotees, our Vaishnava relationships on the basis of the service. Someone does something good, we admire that. And that brings me closer. If I don't have attraction to chanting the holy name, but if someone is leading a good kirtan, then that person devotee is bringing me then in chanting the holy name. Bring me some taste. So these are all the points are connected with the Sambandha. Then the question is, what about others? Relationship with others. Well, that's also we know that also in Srimad Bhagavatam is mentioned. Ishvara tad adhineshu baliseshu dvishnusha prema maitri krapopeksha ya karoti sa madhya. But person who is the madhyam adhikari, second class devotee. He offers his love to Lord. He is sincere friend to all devotees. He shows mercy to ignorant, or mercy his mercy to the ignorant people who are innocent, and he disregard the persons who are envious. So these are the few points which is bring us to the considering points that the how is the Sambandha. So Sambandha is very important, right? And then Sambandha is there. When the Sambandha is very pakka, then the Abhidheya is easy to perform, which is the process, right? And Abhidheya is not easy. It's not like a rose petals with rose petals are spread on your Abhidheya path. No, difficulties are there and it will be there. But the point is the Sambandha is strong, then the Abhidheya will be follow. See, and the given the we and the when we are performing devotional services, right? Now there is a famous sloka. It is about the okay. Now let's before we go to Abhidheya, what is Abhidheya the process in this Kali Yuga? Krishna Varnam Prasad Krishnam Sangopanga Saparthram Jagir Sankirtan Pray Yajanti His Sumedasha. Right? That is the process of Abhidheya. Holy name. Intelligent persons will take up the holy name, chanting the holy name. Sankirtan process. That is the process in the Kali Yuga, chanting the holy name and spreading the holy name. Right? Now, Radhanath Maharaj also gave a very nice how can we improve our chanting. He gave 3 things. He says determination, then he says serving devotees, and the third is the hankering to develop the taste for chanting the holy name. Now, out of these three, the two are the Sambandha, right? Having the relationship with the devotees, serving the devotees, or hankering for it. If I don't have the proper Sambandha Gyan relationship, will I be able to serve devotees nicely? No. Will I hanker so deeply to chant the holy name? No. Will not able to. See? So that's why this Sambandha Gyan is very important. And that is also mentioned that we will crave for chanting when we will have that relationship, serving devotees and all that. Now in the devotional service, we have the desire to serve. That's why we are in Krishna consciousness, to serve, perform devotional service. And there is a famous sloka. It is mentioning a famous sloka from the 11th canto, which is I always because see, there is a struggle, isn't it? There is a struggle that the sloka is the Jata Sraddho Mat Kathasu Nirvinaha Sarvako Karmasu Ved Dukhat Makan Kaman Parityagepi Aniswaraha. I'm not good at the sloka, so I have to read. Excuse me for that. So here it says that sometime devotee has awakened faith in hearing about me. This is Krishna. Krishna is saying to Uddhava. But even though he is disgusted with the karmic life and knows that the miseries that sensual pleasure bring, he is unable to give up his attachment to the sense gratification. This happens to devotees because of the previous habits. Our previous habits, we know that this is not good for me. I know that sense gratification is not good. But because of the previous habits, this happens to devotees sometimes. But at the same time, Krishna says the same devotee, Tato bhaje tamam priya. He continuously, even though he knows his difficulties, but still he continually serves and with his enthusiastic, happily. He serves, Then he is on the path to go back to Godhead. It might take some time, but if he continues serving with enthusiasm. And that's why this is important to not judge devotees. Everybody's having difficulty, believe me. After 30, 40, 50, 60, even 100 years, difficulties are there. But as long as the devotees are serving, and that's why Srila Prabhupada was so kind. See? Even though he's sannyasi or so, whoever, they sometimes have difficulty to fall down, but Srila Prabhupada didn't discard them. Srila Prabhupada accepted. Srila Prabhupada would cry when that same devotee sannyasi comes to him, would cry, would say, I'm happy to see you back. Now, whatever you did is okay, now take up devotional service. See? And that devotee takes up devotional service, and that's very happy. See? So the point is that, and Krishna loves unconditionally, right? When Krishna is loving unconditionally, that means he forgives also unconditionally. Isn't it? Right? And Krishna loves unconditionally, but that does not mean that he is pleased with us unconditionally. To please Krishna is not easy. But at least we know that the Krishna is loving unconditionally, means that he is also forgive us unconditionally. Isn't it? So the point is that we are in devotional to please Krishna, right? Or everything we are doing for what? To please Krishna. And to please Krishna is Krishna loves me, but I do not love Krishna. And pleasing Krishna is not easy because of my anarthas and material desires. And it has more to do with attitude. I don't have a right attitude. And attitude is connected with offenses. So to free from the offenses means right attitude is needed. Right? And the right attitude is also given nicely described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that right attitude, his attitude is nicely described. He said that Visajya Smayamanana Swan. Anyhow, I'm going to read the English. Disregard the ridicule of one's companions. One should give up the bodily conception and its accompanying embarrassment. One should offer obeisances before all, even the dogs, outcasts, cows, and ashes. Falling flat upon the ground like a rod means the humbleness, humble. Offering obeisances to even the cow and the ashes. Flat. And dogs even. I mean, that doesn't mean tomorrow I'm going to see the dog in the street and I'm just going to fall flat. The whole point is that seeing the Lord, super soul within the heart of the living entities. When we offer obeisances to devotees, we are offering obeisances to the super soul within the heart. But even that is difficult for me. But this is what going to pleases to Krishna. This is what going to please to Krishna. So means the humbleness. So, so the point is that this, and there is some more point I want to mention here from the what I have. So there is a struggle for the sadhaka. But at the same time, by the association of devotees, by hearing, chanting, we will overcome those struggles. We can overcome. And of course, we repent. But the repent is also is good when we have Sambandha clear. Otherwise, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song, as you know, Amara Jivan Sada Pape Rata. You know, that famous song, right? Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's singing for the sadhaka, actually. He's a seventh Goswami. We know that, right? But he's singing for the sadhaka, right? And then so the repentance is needed. But if the Sambandha is clear, then repentance is helps. it is repentance good. And that's why he's saying here that the spiritual progress, attitude of regret is needed for the spiritual progress, he says. So when the Sambandha Abhidheya are clear, then third Prayojana is automatically comes. Achieve goal is automatic. So and go he's saying here, he's mentioned devotee usually, when it is said, if we are in touch with Sambandha Gyan, then there is no question of falling into depression. And if we are in touch with Abhidheya Gyan, then no question of pride. Abhidheya means humbleness, right? That's what it says, to be humble. So there is no question of pride. And devotees' lives, in devotional services, depression and the pride are the obstacles, heavy major obstacles. Right? So, but if we have clear understanding Sambandha and Abhidheya, then there is no question of this, both things. And Srila Prabhupada and is to say that they say that bhakti is very difficult. We sometimes feel bhakti is very difficult. Sometimes we feel. That means he says that the chances are that one has lost in touch with the Sambandha Gyan. And when we say bhakti is easy, love, no, that means we have lost the chance with the connection with Abhidheya. So these are the two very important. And then Prayojana is automatically, because Prayojana is largely described that the person who has he sees all living on equal level, and he has also the devotion, direct experience of the Lord and detachment occurs simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Lord. And at the same way, the pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger come simultaneously. And the person, when the person sees something. And we can see in the case of, I have only a few minutes left. We can see in the case of the Hanuman, right? Hanuman was sent to find the Sita Devi, go to Lanka. Now on the way, he had to come through so much difficulty, so much obstacles, so many demons he had to fight with. But the point is that even the one of the demon here mentioned is a friend. That demon who came on the way was a friend of his father, Hanuman, Vayudev. Vayu. And that demon name was mentioned here is the Manyaka or something like that. I cannot exactly say. And that demon actually wants to give the shelter while the Hanuman has to go 100 yojanas to reach to Lanka, right? So this demon actually, he's a devotee, he must be devotee, but somehow or other he is taken the shelter in the ocean, because Indra was cutting all the wings of the mountains, and he had taken the shelter, and Vayu had helped. So he was a friend of Vayu. So actually, the demon, he wanted to give the shelter to. You are tired. He says, Hanuman, you are tired. Please. Hanuman said, no. He just touched the feet of that, and he just started walking, flying. And there were so many like that, 2 or 3. I mean, sometimes we can talk about all this. And all these demons which Hanuman is coming on the way, they are also giving some instruction. Like we in the 10th canto we read the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the 10th canto we read the different demons, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur represented, says that different demons they represent different anarthas. So in the case of Hanuman also was like that. And not just that, but after reaching Lanka, he's in the Ravana's palace at night, and around the Ravan, who are there? All the queens, not nicely dressed, all around. He is a big person, Ravan, and he has all the team. Everyone is, all the ladies are there, and he's a Hanuman. Hanuman is like brahmachari practical, and he has to go through this difficult because he has to find Sita. That's a purpose. He has to find Sita. So he has to go in the Ravana's palace at night. See? But his motive was very clear. His motive was that I'm doing this for the service of the Lord. That Sambandha was clear to him. And for that, he was willing to do anything. And finally, of course, he found Sita Devi after so much difficulties in the Ashok Vatika. Because of this strong Sambandha, he had to go through. And we go through those difficulties in our spiritual life. We do all the time. But because of the Sambandha, Gyan, Abhidheya, we are able to continue our devotional service. And then Hanuman was so happy. Hanuman was so pleasing. Anything he wanted to do for Ram, he was willing to do it. We know one or two pastimes that the Hanuman, all the Pushpak Viman, and Pushpak Viman was such a Viman that it can expand. So when Ram was coming back to Ayodhya with Sita Devi, right? All the monkeys wanted to come with him to Ayodhya. So Pushpak Viman expanded like anything, and all the monkeys are in the Viman with Lord Ram, Lakshman, and Sita Devi. And all this, and Ram and Hanuman had told all the monkeys, your monkey business is only in the forest. You're gonna go to Ayodhya. You cannot have that monkey business in Ayodhya. Ayodhya, you're gonna deal with the people who are very, personalities, very, all the living entities. Your monkey business only in the, so you have to be very careful. He had told all the monkeys. And they went to the Nandigram near where Bharat was staying, and they all were taking the prasadam there first after long flight. And the Hanuman is having everybody sit down, and Hanuman is serving to all of them, all the monkeys. And he had told Hanuman had told what, you do what I am doing. Okay. So anyhow, that's another that I will tell later. But Hanuman is serving everybody. There is no place for Hanuman to sit. No prasadam. So Lord Ram is looking at it. Lord Ram is saying that here is a Hanuman, he has no place. So Ram is calling, sit with me. And there is no plate. So they all were served on the banana plate, banana leaf, as we go in the Mayapur where we are served on the banana plate. So Ram says, sit down with me and eat. So Hanuman said, no, my Lord, I cannot eat in your plate. I cannot eat in your plate. So Lord Ram cut the plate in the middle and gave another. And from there onward, if you see the banana plate has in the middle, like a middle is in two parts. From there onward, the banana has like two parts. And then the one time, Hanuman wanted to so please the Lord Ram that one time Mother Sita Devi was putting the sindoor in the middle, red powder sindoor. And Hanuman was seeing that. Hanuman is asking to Mata Sita, why are you putting that sindoor? What is that red thing? So she said, oh, it's pleasing Lord Ram. It's pleasing Ram. So he thought that I should put the sindur. So from there onward, he put whole the sindur, whole everything, red color of his body, on his body, because he thought that is going to please my Lord Ram. So he has covered whole his body with this sindur, with the red. And he comes out and Ram says, what, Hanuman, what happened to you? Why you cover with all this sindur around whole your body? He said, well, Sita Devi told that we will be very pleased with my sindur by having me body. So point is that he was willing to do anything for the Lord Ram. And because of that, Sambandha. And of course, the last one more pastime, as Suvilas Prabhu had told me to share some past. They were all eating they all were eating the chickpeas. And the chickpeas, Hanuman wanted to make sure that chickpeas cook nicely. So he started what he did. Hanuman is trying to press the chickpea, and what happened? The chickpea fell outside, and only the top part of the what you call the avran, was left in his finger, between the two, with the thumb and the finger. Chickpea is gone. See, what do you call the leaf, whatever is left in it. So all the monkeys, they also, so Hanuman is doing, so all the monkeys are doing that. And Hanuman is trying to find the chickpea, so all the monkeys are also trying to find the chickpeas, jumping. And Ram is coming there, Ram is saying, Ram is looking at what's happening here. Why they are all jumping? Well, they were, so then Hanuman told what's happening. But the whole point was that because of that, and we can see in the case of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada had a Sambandha with his spiritual master, very clear understanding. What is my relationship to my spiritual master and what he's told me to do. And that with that purpose, he came to United States, and he had to go through so much difficulty. But because of that, that strong understanding, that relationship and the goal, he was able to cross over, and he achieved. And that's what we don't try to imitate, but we try in the following footsteps and we'll do whatever best we can. So this is, I thought I can share something which I have read, I had heard. Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojana. With love. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve. Thank you. Any questions, any comments?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such wonderful discussion and this wonderful pastimes of Lord Hanuman, and sharing the importance of relationship with the devotees as well. So we'll ask all the devotees present, if anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to unmute or raise your hand and speak at this point. If you have a question or anyone, you can also raise your hand. Everyone's still there, awake? All the cameras are off, so pretty much it's hard to identify also who is on, who is doing work. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. Very nice. I just wanted to, and the pastimes you shared about Hanuman and the monkeys, and very enlightening, Prabhuji. Even though I feel myself very neophyte, hearing these small makes it easy for us to connect.
I'm also neophyte, so don't worry about that. Go ahead.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji. So how can we, even though they are very minute and service, but they were able to get the mercy of the Lord? So we are in that state, right, Prabhuji? So any tips for us to get to such type of affection and love towards Lord Krishna?
You mean they means monkeys?
Yeah, so even then they got the highest mercy, even with little service. Of course, their service was very good, but so how can we develop such kind of attitude or love?
You already have a good attitude and love. That's why you are going through Srimad Bhagavatam every day, right? Serving devotees. I saw you all were setting up the table for distributing books. I saw the pictures. So you all are doing that, right? It's not this. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj was happy. It is not that how many books you distribute, right? He had one of the disciples who went to distribute the Back to Garden magazine. At that time, it was whatever was it wasn't Back to Garden. I don't know whatever was it, but even he tried, and try is the most important. How many distribute, that is also good, but that is not the ultimate. That mainly is a trying, isn't it? Lord is looking for our endeavor to do. That is most important. So we all are endeavoring to serve. Ultimately, we know we want to serve, and we have obstacles, we have difficulties on the path. That's okay. As long as the material world, there will be difficulties. There is no question of everything is going to go smooth. There is no question of that, right? But if we have that desire to do it, and if we continue it, then that's what Krishna is looking for. So Krishna will be happy. We just do it somehow, a little bit, whatever we can, according to our capacity, right? It's not that I can do everything what other does, and that is the problem in the material world. We have tendency to compare ourselves with others. Oh, he's so good in the slokas. I can be good in the sloka. Wait a minute. I mean, that's not my intelligence. That's not where I am, right? But we are brought up, unfortunately, from the childhood to be compare ourselves, competition, right? Krishna consciousness is not competition. Yeah, spiritual competition is something other, but we are dealing, and it's not competition. Everybody does according to their propensity, serve, endeavor, and everybody has a different way, different background around them, family background, children, all that. See, so everybody cannot do everything. Krishna is happy with what we do with real endeavors to please him. That's what I understand. That's most important. I hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Yeah, with love and devotion, as you said, if we can do it with small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks.
Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very nice class, Prabhuji. And
Thank
I'm
you.
very happy to see you after a while, Prabhuji. Hope you are doing well and your family is doing well too.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
My question is, how I will know that my bhakti is going in right direction? Sometimes I feel like I may be mistakenly say something to the devotee, or maybe I'm hurting someone. So how I will know that my bhakti is going in the right direction?
Believe me, you are in the society of the devotees where someone you do something wrong, they're gonna tell you. Believe me that. So I mean, that's why we have the relationship, isn't it? That's why we have relationship with other devotees. One of the Rupa Goswami says, right, 6 exchanges, and one of them is the revealing the mind confidentially, right? So there is a give and take. We have relationship with some devotees whom they back and forth. It's a two-way street, right? Something I do something wrong, he or she can pinpoint to me. Not out of grudge, or not out to put you down or put me down. The point is out of good heart, right? Someone can say that that's what we have relationship. And we discuss with each other. You tell her, she tell you, he tells him, he tells you, open-mindedly, says help each other. Not with some ulterior motive, but to help. So that's where I would say help. I hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Open discussion was good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other
Yes.
question? Go ahead. You have some other question?
Yes, Natasha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you
Hare
for
Krishna,
such a nice discussion. Prabhuji, I have a very like practical question. Some things that are happening right now. So as you know that situation is really bad in India. Prabhuji, in the past we have learned in the process of Krishna consciousness that mundane charity is not very helpful. But these days, like we are, sitting in US, we are getting a lot of requests from people in India, and there is a lot of fundraising going on to supply various things to India. So we understand our relationship. We understand that everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. We see Krishna in everybody, and it's very distressing to see people suffer. We are conditioned souls, so we especially feel stronger relationship with Indians. We are born and brought up there. But if we give all this, money or supplies to people, we don't know who those are going to, what they will maybe, make bad use or something. But our intentions, our efforts, our motives are right. We are just trying to serve people of Krishna. We are not. We don't have any bad intention. How do we reconcile all this various thoughts and emotions, and how to serve appropriately in this situation?
Well, as we know, just when we give the donation to temple, right? Or for book distribution or for prasad distribution, anything, right? Now, I am giving that with my good motive, with understanding that finance is going to be used for that particular purpose, right? So my motive is clear. Now it's up to the other party to use that whatever I have given to that party, to use it for that purpose. That is between them and the Lord, right? If they don't use it, then that is between them and the Lord. Lord is seeing everything, watching everything, right? Now, but I gave it a good motive with understanding this money is going to go for that purpose. Now, of course, in the outside world, and unfortunately, Indian situation, we know that, and I'm sorry to say on this class here, someone might be, it's recorded and it's open. But what can I say? I mean, so much, corruption is going on. Unfortunately, even in this situation at present, right? The central government, and I'm sorry to say, central government has given so many plants for the oxygen in Delhi. I'm just repeating what I have heard. How much is truth, I don't know. And I'm not in the politics here, but I'm repeating what I'm hearing. But still, in Delhi, people are not receiving oxygens, right? The people are, and I'm hearing people are going to hospital. They are asked like $50,000, 100,000 rupees. You have to pay in the front. Where the hell the people gonna get that kind of money? You see? So it is not that we just blindly going to give. Of course, we should give charity because we are good. But at the same time, I'm not going to give blindly to all these organizations which are calling here, writing on the Facebook and WhatsApp and all that, raising the funds. And we don't know where that they're going to go. I mean, reality, where it's going to go. Unfortunate situation because people have lost the trust. People have lost the trust in government. People have lost on the other people because unfortunately, and it probably corruption is going on all whole planet. I'm not denying that. But particularly India, we being Indian, we know, right? So much corruption has gone through for last 40, 50, 60 years. Indian in the United States, other country, Indian in other country, they lose the faith. That, wait a minute, I'm going to send the money here, but where it's going to go, I don't know. So we have to give. I'm not saying no in this situation, but we have to be careful whom I'm giving, so that it can be used for right purpose. I mean, and I'm sorry I had to bring up this point, and it's openly I've discussed, but I'm just repeating what I've heard.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Okay, so I hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anything else?
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
A lot of our ISKCON temples are also distributing prasadam to the coronavirus situation. So that's certainly a safe avenue.
Exactly.
And others, So, okay. I think it's already like 10:15. If no one else has any questions or comments, then we can pause. If anyone has, please, we can take one last question. Okay, so I request everyone to please turn on your microphones and videos if possible to express deep gratitude to His Grace Bhadra Prabhu, and also to pray for this whole world, that this situation, which we all know that is very difficult for many families and devotees, that everyone can get back to their normal routine and normal health. So we'll loudly chant 3 times. Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari
Bol,
Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Srimad Bhagavatam Purana ki
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
His Grace Bhadra Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your time.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Vaishnava. Namo Namo.
Krishna. Thank you.